Delaware.
Bloody alcohol.
Delaware.
Delaware.
Where
Oh,
Delaware?
true, I can't get drunk during your streams anymore. Not that,
What?
I mean, I already made the decision to not do that anymore, but...
Tonight on Bottom Gear, I released 22 December. Oh my god.
Alright, here's the link to the new stream. It's a good first noise. It's a good first noise.
Ooh, this stream.
Hey, okay, that's chat. That's a fucking chat. That's a live goddamn chat. That's people talking, and I hope it remains that way. But with YouTube, you never know. YouTube.
So let's make this quick.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to go, if you're sick of us.
I mean, you should probably wait a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let people file in. Look how much fucking Firefox we have here. That
Everybody get in line
That's the
so
old
Snake can kick your ass. That's right. Snake is gonna kick your ass for only $19.95 a month. You two could have some strange Londoner show up and beat you to death with index controllers.
Here to Snickers, we have
type a message,
challenge
fuckers.
pissing.
Type a message so I can see it update with my fucking eyeballs.
Challenge pissing. That's right.
Challenge pissing.
If you can piss straight up in the air without getting wet,
You
Snake,
get
you
no
don't give
down
me one.
payment.
Well, that's
And
not
Snake
the
will
right
be-
one.
Snake will give you a beating for free.
Oh, that was the right
Snake.
one.
Snake, I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question?
Why am I a mod in chat, but Spicy isn't a mod in stream chat, but Spicy
I don't wanna
is a
be a
mod in
cop.
your Discord server?
Look,
Politics
are
And I'm not a
complicated.
mod in
Freedom
your
of
Discord
cops.
server.
if I made you a mod in my
Freedom of
Discord
cops?
server,
Can I be
that's a
demoted?
horrifying thought.
Yeah, that is a horrifying thought, actually.
Alright,
I can't believe you're a cop.
It's fucked
I
up.
don't want to.
Sweet, so are you.
I
You're a-
did my.
You're a
I
Yeah,
did
but-
my time on the fucking Mandalore
Yeah, but
server.
I'm a
I don't
walking-
want to be a moderator ever again.
Snake, I'm a walking hypocrisy.
We're all hypocrites of our own design.
No, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not that guy. I'm Spicy Chicken God.
Well, I forgot to make this transparent, but that's fine. It's not like I can aim
Oh.
anyway.
Wow, Snake not being transparent. What else is there?
Oh man.
Look, I'm a very dishonest man, but I'm honest about that fact. CQC. Game rip. I don't even know if this is the
Snake's
right
Discord server
chat
is
still.
just like a sort of Cold War of like until someone finally does something that requires actual moderation, and then like
Every
that's
time
it.
I go
Someone's
in
gonna
there, the
actually
only time
have to be a
moderation
mod.
is required is when Cyberpunk 2077 gets discussed.
That's
True.
about the long and short. Yeah, Mozilla 5. Pins my
It
arm.
used
Stop
to be
shit-talking.
Evangelion, now it's Cyberpunk 2077. They're
So,
an exclusive crowd of media.
So yeah, the only thing I care about, like game wise, and I'm still watching, is Cyberpunk because I love the setting. I've ran a few tabletop games with the setting, and I enjoy the rules, even though they're broken.
I thought I broke the chat one too many wife
But
jokes.
the thing I
Wow.
noticed is that you will see your ding dong more than once because you climb into that ice bath naked.
Time to play some video games. Okay, so
Yeah, there you go. That's my stunning analysis of those gameplay trailers.
So, Theophrastus Bombastus, at long last,
Okay.
the mystery of an enigma who can never be talked about.
That's what
Destroyer
makes
of
it so
parties.
mysterious. Theophrastus's destructive power is so great,
Also,
he caused
maybe-
the chat to break.
You can call me a nihilist with this, but for some reason, I have this gut feeling that
Yeah.
a lot of the single player of
Midnight.
2077 it'll feel about as complete as Witcher 3 was, right? But like cut down, made more lean. But I feel like the map is going to be used for a GTA Online style mode.
Honestly,
that is a
I'd frankly
fucking-
be more excited about that than like the
Yeah.
single player, though.
Yeah, no, like it seems like a good idea. I just don't want to get nickeled and dimed because it'd be
Yeah.
the perfect setting for it. Because there's entire
It would.
shopping catalogs like as source books.
Hey, well, at least it would be thematically appropriate.
It would be thematically appropriate, but
We can
the
never talk about Theophrastus
the
Bombastus.
corporate
'Cause I prefer
hellscape
twin.
that is
I prefer twin
2020.
stick. Twin stick is.
All right. Oh, what? You want the story now?
Yeah.
Is it
Look,
time?
It's just impossible to ever really talk about. I bucketed that one up.
All right. So
Theophrastus.
Snake, Sweet, and I were in a tabletop campaign. This was years ago at this point.
Like what, 5 years ago now? Maybe.
No, even more. Like six, maybe even 7. That it started. We were with other people too. This was Ithaca.
Ithaca was a weird one because the GM like wanted it to be kind of West Marches style game with rotating player cast, and it kind of happened, but it mostly just was a few regulars, and it was brutally like deadly.
Yeah.
Characters
It is
died.
the most
Step on
deadly
a
game
twig,
we've
rocks
been
fall,
in.
your party dies.
So we had a party that consisted of a few regulars. There was Joaquin, who was this old Clint Eastwood veteran type. Sweet played Sir Victor von Wagner, who was this like fanatic, unhinged Templar type. Snake originally played Mandoc, a halfling trader, swindler type. I was Carnibus, which was basically like the Thing, I guess. If like the Thing was pretending to be like Fujiko Mine, I guess. Anyways.
Chat's
Time
working
goes
now.
on.
Should be.
And eventually Mandoc, Snake's character, actually ends up dying. And so Snake makes a new character named Crixus, who was a former gladiator. Some new people join. One was playing Burned, which was this fire elemental guy, stuff like that. But so the only real change we had was Mandoc dying and being replaced with Crixus. Flash forward a few sessions, and after like 7 or 8 sessions, I think, yeah, the Thing as in John Carpenter. Sorry, Skeleton.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Can eat people, take their forms, and was funny at the time because Victor was pretty dangerous, but in the first session we got our asses kicked, and M's character was just. We play with a lot of Dungeon World custom classes, and their balance is so all over the place that it can become kind of funny when one thing is just so, like, out of league with everything else.
The thing is, as an aside, what's interesting is Carnibus's class, the God, what was it? The Metamorph, is actually a really weak class. Like, in retrospect, Carnibus was probably, like, the second weakest character I've ever played. It's just that I was super late to the fight, and everyone else had done all the work, and all of the enemies were on, like, 3 health when I showed up, so I just cleaned up and took all the credit, and it looked cool, but mechanically, Carnibus was actually shockingly weak. But compared to, like, my fish person redneck lady who was a walking stealth tank, but, you know.
Yeah. He was already dead.
But so anyways, we had that
yeah.
campaign going for quite a while. And, you know, some pretty fleshed out character dynamics until I eventually left the party as Carnibus one session. And this was the first time I had changed characters, only the second time any of us had changed characters. And I play this class called the Mastermind.
A bit.
And I make this character named Theophrastus Bombastus, the Mystery of Enigma. His main inspiration was a Sicilian from The Princess Bride, with a healthy dose of fucking... If anyone has seen Dan Versus, that too.
That was stupid.
I don't think many people
I don't
watch
care
the
who
show.
the IRS are sending. I'm still not paying my taxes.
Yeah,
I've seen a few episodes.
it's a good show.
Dan versus
I like
the
it.
IRS is really good.
So anyways, he is this very, very small, very angry man who thinks he is extremely smart. He had a walking spider tank base as part of his starting kit for some reason. And that was how he was introduced. Everyone else was like gathered together in the long arm inn that we always start each session in, and a wall crashes in with his fucking spider tank house. crashing into the building, and he descends on a throne carried by his manservant and announces that he is hiring people for this scheme that he has. And the GM had given me, before the game, had given me a scheme to go on. And this involves going to an island, so we need to get a boat. And this class was really weird with how it's set up, but I eventually convinced all the party to follow me onto this boat that I chartered, but didn't tell the boat where we were going. They think we're just on as security. The plan is that we're going to hijack this boat, though none of the crew know that as we're getting on it.
Did we know? Wait, did we know that, or was that we left in the dark about this?
I didn't even know that we were gonna have to hijack the boat until we were on it, but it retroactively became the plan.
Okay, we're on easy street. I'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
But...
Old man Theophrastus stayed behind, but everyone else went. Dawn Shadow, the healer mage guy we had, Burned, our fire elemental, Crixus, our gladiator, Victor von Vadner, our Templar. Everyone followed, except Joaquin the old man, followed Theophrastus onto this fucking boat.
It was just his player wasn't there that session, which...
Yeah.
Playing into the West Marches... Oh, that was chat. I thought it was a sausage sneaking up on me. Sorry, chat, I shot you.
Poor chat. It is such a Twitch reflex, you shooting chat like that. Alright, anyways. That should be how you ban people. You shoot chat, and if your bullet hits them, they get kicked from the stream. So, we go on this boat. I fail to convince the people to stop their course, turn around, and go to this island. And I make up the story about there being banshees in the water, and they don't believe me. Or no, mermaids. I say there are mermaids in the water, and I even try and force my manservant with like a mop to dress up as a mermaid to try and scare the crew and get them to turn the boat around.
What's with like joke characters being so overpowered? Because I have a joke character story.
Oh, Theophrastus was not overpowered. Theophrastus failed to do anything.
Really?
I don't think he succeeded in a single endeavor, other than having a boat for us to get on, and the boat was going in the wrong direction. That
Is chat dead again, or is it just on my end, by the way? Because
I think it's on my end too. I haven't seen it move in a while.
You guys aren't on top chat yet. Snake, you're on top chat.
God, I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm on live chat and it's not working.
It's on. It's like on a weird delay. YouTube sucks.
It is being a bit dodgy and dicey today. But there's Kirby saying hello. Kirby ate the chat.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, we got the story moving, so let's keep going.
Okay, so story move. So, as I'm trying to make this distraction with a fake mermaid, turns out just actual banshees rise up from the water and start attacking the thing. And Theophrastus decides, in this chaos, we will hijack the boat. So Theophrastus goes to the fire elemental, who just wants everything to burn, everything to be consumed by the warmth of fire, and is like, all right, buddy, now's your chance. Let's, light it up. So Theophrastus convinces Burned to light the boat that we're on fire while we're being attacked by banshees. To give a reference for when we were doing this, like, we made a fucking Bane posting reference at the time.
I think we would still do that today, so...
Fair enough, yeah.
I remember it specifically, just the fire rises.
No, like, Burned looked at Theophrastus. Have we started the fire? Yes, the fire rises.
Of course we have.
So, so the boat is on fire, we're being attacked by banshees, and Theophrastus sort of saunters into the captain's office to be like, so, you clearly need our help. I think we should readjust and go to my private island for this mission instead of is trying to negotiate this. And the captain's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck off. And a banshee comes in and starts attacking us. the captain's like, help me, you fucker, and Theophrastus just waves bye-bye as the trap door he had secretly installed before opens up under him and he drops through the floor. This is the last time any other character would ever see Theophrastus waving mischievously bye-bye as he drops through the floor.
Oh,
he gets attacked by...
Oh, I see. When you said wiped everything off the map, I was thinking like, oh, it wiped every enemy. I didn't think it killed everyone.
Oh, it's the story's about to get worse. It's the payoff is
boy,
fucking
here we go.
So Theophrastus ends up going into the water, and his companion, his manservant Bobo, is drowning, and he's trying to save him. Meanwhile, the ship is burning and sinking, and everyone else is drowning. Burned, I think, gets killed by banshees as he's drowning. Victor starts to drown, but he saves his last breath roll, so he's still clinging on. Then he fails to do anything and drowns again, but he saves his last breath roll and is still alive. Then he drowns again, but saves his last breath roll, and at this point the GM tells him to fuck off and just says, you're alive, but you washed out to sea. It's too far from the other party because you're wearing full fucking plate armor and you have drowned 3 times now.
Can I bring up, because Victor is Sweet's character, and my character Crixus was right there, and it still fucked me up, like, because Crixus was going, we gotta take off your armor, man, we gotta swim, and he was like, no. And he sees a banshee off the thing, he's like, I'm going. And he fucking dives off the boat to, like, swing at this banshee, and then just fucking plummets into the water, never to be seen again. Why?
Because my idea was he was really depressed.
While all this is happening, like, Theophrastus tries to save Bobo from drowning, does so, but then himself drowns and goes to hell, and his version of hell is playing an eternal game of chess against himself where he's constantly losing. So Theophrastus drowns, but not a soul knows that. All they know is he waved bye-bye menacingly at them, dropped through a trap door as they were all burning and drowning and being attacked by banshees. Dawn Shadow, our priest healer guy, he drowns, right? But he saves his last breath roll, and his god tells him, now is not your time, my son. There is still more you have to do in this world. So he successfully doesn't drown and is now treading water. Then a burning piece of wreckage falls down from the boat. He fails to dodge it, gets struck by it, dies, and this time fails his death roll, so he just dies. That was what more he had to do in this world. Get hit by flaming fucking wreckage.
That was exactly what the GM went with as well. It was just like, you have more time, and it's like, just fucking done.
I choose to believe there was an endangered species of fish swimming right below him that wreckage would have hit. So he had to be treading water there to block the wreckage to save that really important fish.
One life for a 5 school of fish.
It's kind of the Hunt Down the Freeman ending twist, you know, with like...
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Alex?
Mitchell.
Shepard. Oh, Mitchell, yeah. Mitchell Shepard.
Mr. Mitchell?
Man, just spoiling Hunt Down the Freeman now. Oh yeah, I don't have chat anymore because I had to close it to think it would make it work. It made it work for a second.
Don't worry, chat doesn't work anyway. I gave up.
Yeah.
I hope chat's enjoying. I can't get live feedback on whether Theophrastus Bombastus is making a splash.
I mean, he did. He sunk like a rock.
Yeah, so Theophrastus drops through a trapdoor, taunting everyone, and then drowns off camera. Burned, our fire elemental, goes in the water and dies to water banshees. Victor gets swept out to sea. Dawn Shadow still has more to do in this world and does it by getting hit by flaming wreckage and dying. And then Crixus himself drowns, but gets a 7 to 9 on his last breath roll. So Death is like, okay, look, I know all your friends just died, but like, you can still live, you just have to change classes, give up being a gladiator dude. And so Crixus washes up on shore. Everyone else died, is dead or missing forever, never to appear again. and he has given up being a flashy, cocky, naive gladiator and is now an edgy, cynical Slayer boy and wears all black now. And Joaquim only has one other session where just everyone else he had been working with all this time is gone. His one old bartender lady friend gets stabbed by no reason by one of the new party members, so he leaves after one session. So that is how, after only having one character death, Theophrastus Bombastus comes in like a fucking wrecking ball, wipes the entire goddamn party. Every single person has to do a last breath roll except for the player who wasn't even there, and he just fucking leaves anyways next session. The only survivor nearly died and changed classes. That is the impact of Theophrastus Bombastus, the mystery of Enigma.
And would you believe it when I say Swede played a worse character? Worse morally, but that character, like, we played, that was 25 sessions, and genuinely the most interesting evil character there ever fucking was.
Easily. Like, I think all of us have played at least one complete asshole. I played Theophrastus, you know. Snake played Costin in a game I wasn't in, actually. You know, our GM in our current games, he played this character in a game I ran called White Mask, but none of these characters are close to the fucking might of O'Malley's evil.
Oh, Costin is sad though.
Costin was probably my favorite, like, weird character I've played, because there's... The idea with that campaign, like, Ben's in chat. Not that chat exists, but he was in chat, so he might not be anymore, but then no one is, so... That was a campaign that took place in the north of England. It was like a monster hunting game. And Corston's backstory, which the GM did approve, was that he worked for, like, a paper company or whatever. The boss was, like, a 90-year-old man who was scared of death and had gone off his fucking rocker and started believing that, like, ghosts exist. He procured a bunch of World War II guns and just decided, you're now a secret agent, go to this town and find, like, the key to immortality. Gives him a Pontiac Firebird, and Corsten immediately becomes the biggest cunt in the universe. Just, like, driving around this small English town like he's James Bond, thinking, like, I'm the coolest fucker alive, I'm being paid to do this. And I did promise the other two players I wasn't actually going to harm them. I'll play along, I'm playing a dick, but I'm not going to, like, get in the way of the game or anything. And, they were still, like, spent the whole game, like, terrified of Corsten and thinking, what the fuck is he gonna do to us? When's he gonna turn? To cut a very long story short, the game ended with just this whole culmination of events. The other two players, one of which was Swede, convincing Corsten that they're actually working for the CIA and they won't kill him if he does what they say, and their boss is actually a thing. This leads to Corsten killing about 5 people, not because they told him to, but because he thinks that's what the CIA would want. It's like, look, if you want to live, you got to lead this man to our location. Corsten fucking, like, gets his lackeys. I took a move that gave me, like, a team of underlings, and I told the GM, look, my character's a prick. Their goal at the end of the mission is to dispose of me. Let's just have that fucking drama out on the table. Corsten killed all of them. Like,
that's good.
And most of them I wasn't even trying to kill. Well, one of them fell down a hole. Yeah, I'm just fumbling at this point. The worst thing I think I've ever done to an NPC was we were going down this trap-filled hallway at the end, and by now, D-Team, which was the name of this team, they were sick of me. One of them had died of a mysterious heart attack that an entity had given them.
What about the Big Delicious? He was a pretty character.
Well, he was in a game where I think he just... Was he truly that big a bastard? What the hell?
He threw somebody's mom through a window.
They had it coming.
But yeah, Snake, you should finish this because the payoff of Corsten is beautiful.
Yeah, okay, so we're going down this trap-filled tunnel. The other two players are already in. They're trying to get us all there because there's this guy they want to flush out who's in my party, who is actually my superior at the company, but Corsten had the most embarrassing middle-aged man fight with him and, like, convinced him, alright, I know what's going on here, you don't, you should follow me, which led to him dying just in the most embarrassing way. But D-Team's, like, walking ahead with Trapville Tunnel. Alright, you two, go ahead of me. One of them immediately walks into a trap. Then the last remaining member of D-Team, she turns to me and says, "Sir, I don't think you know what's going on here." It's like, "Oh, I know what's going on. because by this point, Corsten is so fucking paranoid that it's just he's planning on just disposing of everything. He says, "Sir, look, I'm tired of this. We'll take a rest." Into the fucking hole. Just...
Snake, I just realized.
Mm.
You're not, when you play these VR games so you can, like, simulate brutally murdering women and etc., you're not channeling Arnett, you're channeling fucking Corsten.
I guess I am.
He was a beast in combat, too.
No, he wasn't. He was technically the best, but he was a middle-aged man who had never been in a fight in his life, but was very confident and had a gun. That's...
Wait, no, I'm getting him mixed up with, what's his name, fucking... Your next delicious guy. Why did I forget his name?
Kane
yeah.
was a fucking beast. Like, Kane was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was...
This is also, so yeah, chat is updating and some the people talking about the great story. But yeah, finish that costume thing.
So we get to the end of the tunnel, and like, basically, we defeat the monster, and I kind of think that Corsten decides to go into hiding. Now, earlier in the game, we had a Groundhog Day loop. This is sick. Earlier in the day, we had a Groundhog Day loop, and Corsten used that to win the Euro Millions, so he had a lot of money. He gave that to and he put it, like, basically sent it to his wife, and with the CIA, he told her to take the money and flee. No, because he thought the CIA was genuinely after him, so she just took the money and fled to Europe. Oh no, it wasn't that. He sent her to a safe house he'd arranged, but Corsten was, like, basically disappears for 5 years after this, and eventually she just took the money and fucked off. Just like, well, he's not coming back, so I better go.
She got didn't she get like a sexy romance the last shot in
Corsten's story was cutting to his wife, who was in Spain, who just was like married to a Spanish copy of Corsten, because I just wanted to play the most tragic fucker there ever was.
oh no, but Snake, you're forgetting what happened to Corsten himself.
Yeah, so we defeat this boss, and like, the other two players, was it more that you and James didn't know what the fuck to do with Corsten? So you just basically told him to flee, which led to Corsten living in a bunker for 5 years while the only person who brought him food was Swede's character. Swede, who would also just come and blow smoke down the one ventilation shaft that led to the bunker. Like, it just cuts back to fucking 5 years later. Swede's character is now running a moonshine distillery on the edge of a fucking English town. Fucking James's character moved to London and was like basically forced to come back for a week to put the final mystery to rest. And Corsten was just fucking wrecked. Though I do think there was a couple really good moments. Like, the whole time I've been playing, I gave him Corsten this really like edgy fucking accent because he thought he was cool as shit. It's like, yeah, I'm Corsten. Oh yeah, I could deal with that. It's just like a total affectation. But then, like, the moment the fucking pretense dropped, like, in the several sessions after the 5-year time jump, they said, oh yeah, the CIA isn't really after you, and your company's dissolved, and you're not this guy anymore. And James's character had dropped the accent he had in the 5 years he'd been in London. Swede's character was really suspicious of that.
Oh yeah, my character was basically, just Dale. Yeah, he was Dale Gribble.
James' character kind of comes through, talks to him, and he's not got the accent. And Sweet just turns to my guy. I think that's a different guy. I don't think that's him. And my character goes from Corsten, yeah, I think to just, oh really? I don't know. And it's just, it takes like a minute for Sweet to realize what I'm doing. That was a good campaign. It was also the fact that James is like, because James retired his character, and he took over an NPC. The NPC, by the way, the guy who fell in the hole and died, that was her brother. And she wanted to have a revenge thing going on to try and get Corsten for killing her brother. But it just flopped really badly when she came to me and said, what happened to my brother? And Corsten just said, he fell in a hole. It just smashed into a wall right there, because there's no other answer Corsten would give. Corsten technically didn't kill him. He led him to his death.
He fell in a hole.
I feel sort of bad. Ben said he enjoyed the campaign, but he wanted to run, a mystery campaign where we were killing monsters and such, but it was 70% just the three of us having this absurd character drama where we're complete bastards to each other. But we had fun. Like, everyone had fun with it.
Oh, my favorite part about that fucking campaign though was how I just made my character, because my character was absurd, but he was just an American whose uncle lived in London, not in London but lived in England. And he got it out of an inheritance, so he just got that house for free, and then he just he lived by selling fucking. He lived by selling pirate. Huh?
But I just need to pop. I have a thing going on, so need to pop out of stream. But you know, it's popping in for a bit.
It was fun.
Yes,
we're probably not going for much longer.
I hope chat is like still there. And
I hope they're enraptured and not saying "shut the fuck up, no one cares," because I can see it at this point.
Well, Ben said the cruelest thing you've ever done to them, then you only killed 2.
Bye bye. Oh wait,
bye-bye.
Actually, never mind. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Love you, chat. See ya.
See ya. Wait, what was that Ben said?
Ben said, I don't know how long ago, but it was cruelest thing you've ever done to them, and followed up with, and you only killed 2.
Yeah, no, there was 3 and a heart attack got 1. I think I mentioned that. It's like, you know, but that wasn't, I mean, a heart attack. The entity that gave him a heart attack that was trying to taunt Corsten and basically said, do what I say or there will be consequences, and Corsten said, fuck off, mate. And
I told you about Slippy Toad. I played Slippy Toad for a Sergeant by Number campaign, and I only lasted like 2 sessions because I got caught up with work, right?
Right.
So what happened was that everybody already had their characters, and I came in like super late.
Yeah.
So Casey was running it, and I told him I want to play as an alien, and he's like, "All right, do you have any ideas?" I'm like, "Not really. Is there like a chart that I could roll one up on?" I got frog people. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll play as Slippy Toad. I'll play as a version of Slippy Toad. So we all wake up in separate areas of the space station. We have to regroup. All we have is like a little document to tell us what we're doing there and who to meet up with. So I immediately go to the lobby, and everybody else is already there, right? But they don't trust me because I'm the only alien on this station, right? And, you know, I'm talking like this because I'm supposed to be Slippy Toad, and everyone just looks at me and leaves. So I am on my own while the rest of the party does their own thing, right? So the first thing I do is I go into the doctor's office, and I'm trying to figure out, because my goal is to basically overthrow the security department, right? I was supposed to work with my partner, but my partner left me. Everybody left. I was on my own to go take over Brig. So I run into a doctor's office, and I say that there's like a changeling on board, and the doctor's like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And I'm like, it's like a man thing that can look like anyone. And the doctor immediately wanted to take me in to check my mental health, and I grabbed his lollipops off of his desk, and I threw some at him and ran out with it, right? So the rest of the other group cut through a wall, right, to get to the main, and I just went, oh, I should go in there. So I follow him in there, but the doctor follows me. It was either a doctor or a janitor, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to apprehend me, and I grab them, roll a perfect throw, and basically throw them into the maintenance shaft and instantly kill them.
Oh god.
So I just scream. I run through the thing, and I start screaming that there's a monster in maintenance and I need help, and I start screaming as I run down the hallway, right? So shenanigans ensue, and a lot of shit goes down, but basically I'm in Brig, the rest of the crew is with me, realizing who I actually am, right? One of the people that was hired to overthrow this shit. We are all stuck in the back end of Brig near the cells, and we're being held hostage by security. We've taken out 2 guys, but we're using, like, less than lethal rounds, so they're not actually killing them. So then the elevator door opens up at the end of the hall, right? And I put all my points in throwing. So the doors open, and the captain is there with 2 heads of security, and the captain's in, like, a bath towel. He just got out of the shower and is wondering what the fuck is happening to his station. So I scream, I throw the shotgun. I rolled 2 perfect crits. So, the elevator door opens, the captain takes 1 step out, A riot shotgun comes flying out of the darkness, hits him in the face. He starts to go down. The shotgun hits the floor, goes off, and hits him in the face again. He's just instantly knocked out. And after seeing that, the security staff immediately gives up. So we take over the station with one extremely lucky throw.
Oh my god.
And then after that, we got our ship, and then that's when the campaign really began, and I missed a lot, because apparently they enslaved an entire planet by accident, right?
Right.
They just had like a small group of people, and they started realizing, oh hey, we have a lot of workers to go fight the snake people. How about we just enslave all of them, because we have guns and they don't. So they had a slave army that they were using to stamp out, like, the royal snake empire that they had on this planet. And there was like dune worms all over it, and I didn't get to experience any of it because I was busy working. So Slippy Toad never got to like actually have that moment of glory afterwards. He just got, it was like a Star Trek episode. He was off to the side the entire time watching all this.
Just sitting there, just like, yeah, I'm chilling now. I've done my bit.
Yeah, I've done my bit. But yeah, no, the idea was after that crit roll, Casey was like, do you want like a different backstory about how maybe you're actually like a secret criminal mastermind?
I think I'm gonna die soon. My focus is like totally slipping.
Yeah.
Fucking Slippy Toad focus.
But yeah, fucking Slippy Toad was my best character.
I wish I wasn't good at retelling my fucking O'Malley stories, but just...
It's so much. Like, the thing about O'Malley stories is that it's an ongoing... That was... You know, it took us a while. It took me a while to get through, like, bits of two-session thing, but O'Malley was non-stop impressive in how it just continually got worse in new and interesting ways. Like, I think to sum up O'Malley in one, we fell afoul of a dragon, and at one point, and we had to do a series of trials, otherwise he'd fucking kill us. He'd take our fucking hearts, we'd be dead. And one of them was, you have to take the person with the least power you know, and give them great power. We immediately thought of this zombie woman who lived in a fucking outhouse. Why don't we make her the mayor of the city we're in? Because the mayor doesn't exist, we're criminals, so we just basically force through the idea that we need the office of mayor in this town. And, you know, we'll give her that. And we do. And she agrees, oh, I'll be mayor. Because she's not that smart. She's very enthusiastic. O'Malley runs for mayor against her in complete and utter earnest. But not even just like, you know, for the gags or like, I'm going to be a mock thing. No, he's like, at every point it was, I deserve this. The thing is to take the person with the least power you know and make thing, and I deserve this. You're all shitting on me all the time. Yeah. At this point, he had a fucking slime girlfriend with god powers.
I forgot. So another Stars of That Number campaign Casey's running, right? We've had a few, like, really extreme gamer moments, right? So, the campaign starts out simple enough. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do any weird shit. I'm going to be playing as, like, a trashy pilot. I'll name her Shelly Slipstream, and she'll be, like, a tank girl. Like Tank Girl, like the comic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my character. Really trashy, constantly drunk all the time, right? So the first thing is, like, the first real mission was just getting us back into it, so we just hit, like, a rich guy's ship. We take it over. He has, like, a cat girl in there that we just kind of, like, take with us because she was bored, I guess. It was really easy, really simple. Second session, we land on a post-war planet. Like, a nuclear holocaust happened on this Russian outpost, right? We were stranded there because our ship died, and we're also stuck there because it's like locked down. You can't leave.
Everyone stays.
So everyone stays. So the first thing we do is we drive around. We made this map all together, right? We're driving around. We go like, okay, we'll go to this port town and see if we can communicate with anybody. We show up. My character being the dumbass she is, I honk the horn and scream in American, you know, like, hey, we're friendly. So these poor, like survivalist people, right? They flash their lights on us, scream something in Russian, and before we can even pull away, they open fire. Now, I need to specify, our party is, me as the pilot. We have Mike playing as Raiju, who's this big Oni guy, right? With a giant club. and we found a World War II stash on this like supply planet. So he has an M23 like 203 Browning. He modified it to like be able to like make it mobile, right?
Right.
We have a medic with us. So what happens is that they open fire. I take the car around to go flank. Raiju gets off and gets up in like the second story building, and he has a clear view of this village, right? And the village is built on top of a aircraft carrier. Raiju just opens fire.
I think I'm gonna call this stream his after you finish your story,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like I've got 40
So
my eyes are burning.
So he opens fire, and
Very
this
dramatic,
entire
though.
village is just like ripped to
Yeah,
shreds.
alive.
The entire thing.
I do apologize if people have been like saying a lot of things in chat because I am
Yeah, chat died for me.
back for another stream.
Yeah,
Love your
did it
videos.
too.
And
So, yeah.
I'm sorry I haven't been checking chat much. It died a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it now, but do go on spicy. And my controllers are dying as well,
Yeah.
so it's a fitting time.
So Raiju opens fire, destroys the entire village, and we walk in and we realize that it was just like a bunch of just peasants with barely anything.
Mhm.
So I take some of their soup because I was hungry, and we just drive off. We find a missile silo where they have the main communication with the ship blockade. I open the door, and it's like we walked into the plot of like a separate game, because there was a scientist there trying to deactivate the nuclear silos so they could leave. I walk in and just immediately gun him down. I was tired of this place. We're all getting irradiated. We're all sick and tired. We just want to leave. So I see the scientist, immediately gun him down, take his key card, and we just get out. And this gets followed up with us landing on another planet, and we found a death bot guarding this like supply depot, right? So I decide to seduce it. I roll a successful roll. This robot thinks I'm married to it now. I command it to kill. We take out an entire supply depot with a death bot. And Raiju. And I stay behind because I have no armor and my plasma cutter's jammed. And that's basically been the session. It died after that because we're all busy, which sucks.
We've had we had a weird goddamn thing once with like a Shadowrun game that just ended.
Yeah.
Like we did a combat encounter outside. We did one turn of us, and then one player doing a stealth section for 45 minutes, and then it just like okay, we stopped there and just never picked up again. It was I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the stream there. I want to try and stream again soon. Don't know what. Don't know when. I said I'd do Postal 2 Impossible, and I didn't get around to that because I got fucking wrapped into.
Do Monday. You've seen me do Postable Monday.
I got to Saturday on Impossible in like my
No,
practice.
fuck. No, I forgot. I meant do Tora Bora on Monday.
Ooh. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
do
you
Tora
saw
Bora,
me do that.
but not on Monday. All right, that could be a fun stream for some time.
It's nightmarish. You've seen me do it, right?
I was there for the second time you did it. You didn't do it once, you did it twice.
Yeah, you saw me pouring preemptive gasoline trails to try and catch him off guard.
That was like a good strategy. It's really one we have to memorize and use whatever you got. Alright, I'm gonna bugger off for the evening. I'm gonna rest my eyes, and I'm sorry that chat died. I mean, yeah, I am sorry for just the unfortunateness. It does feel a little bit rude, but we'll pick up again another time, and hopefully YouTube won't be so balked next time. And VR streams are a bit dicey anyhow. So have a good one, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the Yeek vid. Next up, we're the Revolution, and then Yakuza 5, and I want to get them done within the year, but I work very slowly. We'll see. Good night, everybody.